May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be always acceptable to you, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Amen. Last month, Christofolks, which is our young adult ministry, came to my house for one of our Episcopalian summer parties. We grilled, we swam in the pool, and at 5 o'clock we gathered for a worship service in my living room. Gabby, who you just met, is 5 years old, and she wanted to watch a video rather than worshiping with us. The closest room to my living room happens to be my bedroom, so Gabby and my dog Dursey hung out together in my bedroom while we were worshiping. After the service, Gabby asked if she could go explore the bedroom area, and I said, of course you can. When she came back, she had gone through the bedroom, the bathroom, and my closet. And she looked at me and made a very serious pronouncement. That closet is very organized. In today's reading from Romans, Paul lays out a path for us for following Jesus. The way we live and move and have our being should be different than the rest of the world. Let us live honorably, he says. And in case we don't know what honorable living looks like, Paul gives us plenty of examples of things we should avoid. Every item on his list is something that yields a temporary feel-good. They are coping mechanisms that numb us to the pain and suffering in the world around us and the pain and suffering within us. Drunkenness, quarreling, jealousy, and all the other behaviors get in the way of us loving God and our neighbor. I was, frankly, rather dazzled by Gabby's observation. She not only knew the word organized, but she recognized it when she saw it. When I moved into that home a couple of years ago, a lot of my friends came by to see what the house looked like. And many of my friends noticed that the closet is unusually large, which it is. It is the only room in my home that doesn't have windows. And whoever built this home made that room big, intending that a family could gather there when the sirens for tornadoes were going off. So it is kind of large, and of course all of my friends were oohing and aahing at that. Some of my friends commented on the unusual number of black shirts and black pants hanging in my closet. And some of those people talked about my shoes or the backpacks and hiking gears that they saw. But what dazzled me about Gabby is that she didn't mention even one thing about the stuff she saw. She looked beyond all those cosmetic, material things and saw something true about me. Paul is inviting us to be more like Gabby, to wonder at the gifts God has planted in our neighbor. At 5 years old, her lens, her way of interpreting what she sees in this world, is not yet tarnished by the material values of our world. To love our neighbors, we have to truly see them as people created by God, as people who have holy gifts planted within them, and as people who are loved, as are we, by God. Last Sunday morning, just before our church service began, a young man named Amen was outside the church asking for our help. He was seriously dehydrated. As I talked to him, I noticed that Amen is articulate and respectful. He didn't want to make a scene at a Sunday church service. I asked him how long he'd been living on the streets. 2.5 years. I didn't ask his age, but I'm here to tell you if he's 21, I would be shocked. He has spent 10% of his life living on the streets in Fort Worth, Texas. All around us, there are people who are alone and suffering in broad daylight. Most days we walk past them without pausing to wonder if God has made our paths cross so that we can do more than just walk on by. Paul is inviting us to put on an armor of light. That is not like Harry Potter's cloak of invisibility. It is a cloak of intentional visibility. We are not to live hidden away from the world. We are called to be living lights that point toward God's hope, God's love. The cloak of visibility gives us eyes like Gabby's, eyes that see beyond the stuff of this world into the very soul of God's people. May we be intentional about putting on that armor of light and bearing witness to God's love in the world around us. Amen.